the smoke of the campfires. They weep and they wail with no sound. They darken the lights and the lamps. Our time's gonna come around. The red sun is going down. There's a sting on the gasp on the breath now. There's a mark on the wrist of a bound. Raw rings in the cycle of death. Our time's gonna come around. The red sun is going down. And there's a price to pay for all that we have done. Turn my eyes away and watch the setting sun. Full of holes. I'm bleeding out my spirit, breathing out my soul. Now loyalty's a pistol. My heart is full of hope. I'm bleeding out my spirit, breathing out my soul. Our days are almost over. Times of change around these parts. There ain't no more cowboys, only men with violent hearts. Turn my eyes away and watch the setting sun.
Okay. I think we're live. I think it's all working. This is where I pretend I know what I'm doing. I'm totally meant for this not to be set up quite perfectly. So tonight, we are working in Ubuntu with PowerShell editor services in NeoVim. Because why not? So I was just I didn't want to get that. Just setting this puppy up that I can go way back here. Button to do that. Visual, which one to rid of that. And visual that. Yank that. Oh no. Slash. Is it P? Ha! You'd almost think I knew what I was doing. Session goes here. Adelio. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Oh, does that mean what I think it means? That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what. Okay. Okay, so no. How do I? Oh well, whatever. So I think that's. So I've learned a few things about VimScript and how wonderful it is. Where's Rom to? I don't know where Romero is to appreciate the shirt. I told him that the shirt was going to be here. He might be upset that I also told him that the what wasn't going to be here was the that one updates. We did updates before stream. What are you doing, child? Okay. So I don't know where I want to put things right now. Put that over there. Okay. So this. Oh, okay. So VimScript is wonderful. What other language, when you want to comment, do you use double quotes? I mean, come on. It's beautiful. Because that's the first thing you'd think of for a comment is a double quote. And so you know how languages have line continuation? VimScript's even better. So you know how normally like you put something at the end of the line to say I'm going to continue this line? Well, so VimScript's like, you know what? Put it at the beginning of the following line. So this is a continuation of this line. No. Like, yeah. So these are the two things that I've learned about VimScript. What I've also learned is that I forgot to put in set sign column equals yes. So we're going to close that. Run it again. Now we have the sign column. That's good. So I'm going to pin that to the right. Can I pull this one out? Oh, I can't. Okay, new window. One goes over there. I'm sure I could do like all this stuff with Tmux, but I don't know how to do Tmux. I want to learn Tmux, but I haven't gotten there yet. Okay, so clear. Tmux. He's a terminal multiplexer. In fact, what I want to do is okay, so let's see if we can figure out Tmux then. So if I go Tmux, like that. Yeah, I used to know all the keys for screen. Okay, so now if I do Tmux, be create. Okay. Okay, but I gotta split. Control B and then semicolon or double. No last pane. Ah, there we go. Okay, here we go. So the reason I need two of these, we'll just do two terminals this way for now, because I can make sense of this. So that on the left here will be logs, like tail of logs, and on the right will be actual work. We'll try with that. I also, actually, while I'm thinking of it, let me just go here. Oh no, log path. Oh. That's why I didn't think I was getting any logs from PowerShell Editor Services this morning. I was looking in the wrong place for that log. Anyways, whatever. We're working in Ubuntu now because we can. Am I in? I'm not in. No. Let's see. So I have PowerShell. We can do PS version number. And what I want is Control R N. So I've already installed Vim plug. I've done a plug install to install my plugins, the plugins that are here. So Vim color schemes. I don't know what it does. It's just one that Tyler had in his. completion manager. It apparently has to do with completions. This one seems pretty cool. It's just figuring out the language. So when I picked PowerShell, it did everything for me. I think that's what that one did. This installed. This is the language client that we're going to be using. And this is for something else. Anyways. Oh, apparently I can scroll with that. Okay. So PowerShell editor services, PowerShell editor services /start editor services.ps1. And then the path is to that. So our log path for that is going to be, so Control B like that. So tail pses.log. No, that's not gonna. So we said language client logging level to debug. I also need to set the client. This is one that Tyler didn't have. Copy that. PowerShell, and then we set up our key bindings. Oh, right. Oh, there we go. There's a better way to jump, but good. So now we're going to do nvim ps1, and then over here if we do ls, okay, so cd command key. So Control B semicolon is flipping between these. So apparently I can just go Control B tab isn't doing anything. Okay, let's go like this. So cd So we have a language client and a language server. So what we're going to do is tail language client. Hello, monkey.
Dad,
Yeah?
can I sleep on the couch?
Why do you have this? Why do you have this?
What is that?
I didn't ask you what it was. I asked you why you have it.
Well, I just found it.
Okay.
Can I sleep on the couch?
What's wrong with your bed?
Well, every time I sleep on the couch,
Control BN. No next window. So if I had Control BC to open a new, then Control BN takes me along the bottom here. And the language client apparently is sending on a disconnected channel. So follow. Tail language server. So the top one is client, bottom one is server. We're gonna follow it. Well, I hit tab and it auto completed that, so there. Okay, there we go. So that's why that didn't work. Nope. I clicked here. Oh, you know what? Yeah. PowerShell editor services, PowerShell editor services. Oh. Ha ha ha. Actually, and oh, there's an easier way to do this, but I can't remember it, so. Nope, that wasn't. Right click. Okay. So there's nothing coming up in editor or the language. So if we do ls pv ls, now we have a tail -f start. So now we have editor services. Specified module PowerShell editor services were not loaded because no module was found in. Is that the issue? Is that really the issue? Or is the issue
Instruction.
okay, so because it, yeah. I'm gonna pull that down here. I'm gonna also check
Destruction.
that one's mine. That one's Tyler's. Here's PS1, hostname, and then bundled modules path.
Destruction.
Oh, I see. I see. No, Control C, Control D. Jeez, I am running Ubuntu on Hyper-V. Like, and this was the. I don't know if you've done it with. So in Hyper-V, you do a quick create, and this was that one. And I said create virtual machine. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. And it just created it. I went into settings of it when it was done because pro tip after you create a VM, go in and make sure that you have at least 2 potatoes. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad potato time. I didn't mean to close Hyper-V, but whatever. Okay, so what we actually want to do is delete that. Yes, 2 C potatoes. At least. So it defaulted when I told it to just create it, it created 4 potatoes. Which is interesting because I believe I have a dual core with hyper-threading, so 4 logical. Whatever, but
Destruction.
yes! See this? That worked. Oh, what is going on? Oh, there we go. There. All right. Okay. So now insert right post. Oh my goodness! That didn't happen at work with my other one. Did you see that? Actually, it was up there. Did you see that though? Wait, I'm gonna do it again. Oh, okay. It's IntelliSense in Vim. IntelliSense in Vim. So now on hover, which means I don't do anything, boom. So that's the information about in the other window. Now, what didn't work on my other computer is when I go here. Yeah, so it did the same thing. Modifiable is off, so it's not allowing us to modify it. But because we're in that buffer, and I realize I'm yelling, so I'm going to try and calm down a little bit, because if I don't, my wife's going to start yelling at me. Which is kind of ironic that I'm yelling when she starts yelling. Anyways, so we're in this buffer up here right now. So when I quit that buffer and go back down to this one, and give it a couple of seconds for it to do its hover thing, then it works. if I do Shift K, which is to force the hug, it doesn't work. And then I quit, Shift K, and it works. Go right. Why isn't escape working? Visual. There we go.
To the break of dawn, to the break of dawn. Stronger together now, we were never gone, gone, gone. So left to the break of dawn, to the break
So,
of dawn.
that's kind of exciting. Okay, stream done. Oh. I have gotta be careful not to do this stuff. So in the mail last week, I can't remember, I messaged someone that when it happened, so maybe they can, but actually, so first, I'm gonna turn the laptop on. Oh, I forgot I had that sticker. I brought a sticker home from work, because it's one that I don't dare actually attach to anything at work. It's from PRTG Network Monitor. I got their Cards Against Downtime game. It came with this. It's admin's favorite questions, number 4. And the question is, does it rain in the cloud? So, but that can sit there on the UPS that I put new batteries in and did nothing with. But I'm gonna go like this. Last week sometime, mail showed up at my house, just totally out of the blue. I had no idea that this was going to be happening. I got this from someone, no idea who it was. And then we got this one, which my children have not asked me what it means yet, mostly probably because they haven't seen it yet, so they did ask what the meaning of this one was, and I had to try and explain Back to the Future. So I think we need to watch Back to the Future. And then this one. That one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there. And more importantly, and what's definitely going to go on one of my laptops and is already on my PC. I'd show you, but my desk is a mess. So this one. So I'm just gonna actually just wear this one here, I think. These are amazing. I love them. Thank you very much. You know who you are. Good job, Spotify. Okay. And then I also have some Pigeon ones that came from RW Grimm. So if there's two people, awesome. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that anymore. I used to, and then it started to bother me. So, especially if I go here and click that button. Yeah. Anyways, so you go back here, And then so I think what I want to do now, so now that I've reproduced the issue on Ubuntu as well as on Windows, let's go to github.com/auto something or other. That's as far as I remember. Oh, yeah. So they were stickers that Adilio got and sent them to me. And thank you very much, Adilio. Okay. So that would be amazing, and that's also the PowerShell keycaps that hopefully I can get to before Summit. Could probably use them for trading for some really good stickers, especially some stickers from Mr. Thomas Rayner. So where is so I wonder if that's because I'm only on NeoVim 0.3. So let's see here. If we go here, no. If I go over here, neovim.io again. Neovim.io. Ubuntu. So apt go stable, unstable. Wow. yeah. So my intentions for the keycaps is one of them for Tyler, and then the rest I don't really care. But also, once we verify the printing and stuff, I'm just gonna, I'll post the STL file. So really, anyone that has a 3D printer can print one. Because really, my coworker took a blank keycap off of Thingiverse. He took the SVG of the logo, put it into a website that made an STL of it, and stuck them together. Okay, so sudo apt update sudo apt install NeoVim. Actually, list upgradable. There we go. Okay, so sudo apt this upgrade. So we're gonna upgrade all of them, including NeoVim, and we're gonna try it with NeoVim version 0.4 as opposed to 0.3, because that might be the trick. like when we were looking over here at the latest commits, it talks about hover window with floating window for Neo and 4 related.
Just because you had the last word doesn't mean I won't get stronger. Watch me reign and slay and conquer.
Oh, wow.
Rebellion soldier. I will dominate. I will kill this game, and I still remain.
So I personally think this one is better. So version 4 using this floating window instead of that buffer. I'm gonna grab a screenshot because I can. Floating window instead. So we're gonna close that. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna click that to get that back. Oh, who's yelling at me on the bridge? It's Delio. Oh my goodness. Back to there. Okay. That was nothing. Lady in a box, it was nothing. Lady in a tube. So an observation. Because, so the lady, the Alex A, Lady in a Can, one of her wake-up words can be computer. And I think that's partly to pay homage to Star Trek. Well, I don't recall ever seeing them in Star Trek just start yelling at the computer and the computer listening to them. They always had to engage their communicator or push a button on a terminal or something. So maybe Starfleet understood the importance of privacy. Okay, I'm gonna unpress her button now so no one talk about Alex A. Because I changed her back to the Alex A wake up word. Oh, she heard that. I changed her back to that after it was Echo, and I kept saying get checkout, and she kept perking up because checkout sounds like echo. Starfleet ahead of its time. Technically, Starfleet is way ahead of us because it's like what 23 whatever. But anyways, okay. So get branch. What branches do we got? Not in it. Well, of course I'm not in a Git. I'm trying to keep up here. Git branch. What options do I have? That's the joke. I get it. Okay, so let's see. Show off the IntelliSense again. What IntelliSense? There's no one here but us who've already seen IntelliSense. IntelliVim. Oh, VimSense. Okay, so we're going to go into PSUCM. We're going to the functions. And then utility. We're going to connect PSUCM. So we're also actually just going to upload everything. Because there's something I need to add in. Oh, have I used Ranger? Probably not. PWSH. File directory browser. Like a Vim file directory browser, or module PS framework. You're in Ranger. Let's go like this. Sudo app install. Oh, I'm back. Not bad. So one thing that think I need to do is also add PSD ones and PSM ones to the. But like so if I. If I come way back here and I go into PSCCM, okay, and then if I quit out, it takes me back into Ranger. I like a lot. So it's basically a wrapper around Vim that is Vim. I like. Okay, but why is it not picking that up? I love this. Like, it's Vim with IntelliSense. Oh, well that's what's going on. Okay, we'll go like this. Where are we? Right there. Oh, register P. Oh my goodness, why is it not? I mean, okay. Register. See, but as soon as I press the P, it goes away. Yeah, register. So it's not perfect, but it's PowerShell and Vim. Like let's just take a step back and think about that for a minute. PowerShell with IntelliSense within Vim, and all of the power that Vim gives you. So the other thing is if I go like this, and I go if, boom, I got errors, and I have this handy thing over here in the sign column. So there's an error there. But, so let's do a, let's say Bob equals null. I'm missing a statement block. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let me put in a statement block. Null should be on the left side of the equality comparisons. Like, it tells me that, and it's there. And like, if I close that, then the error one goes away. Well, X. Now, I don't know if I can't do that part. I imagine there's a way, because PowerShell Editor Services somewhere. Actually, I'm not sure because this is giving me like no details in here. But so we've got our log path, and we've got log level is diagnostic, but it's not giving us diagnostic. Come on, Spotify. Keep up. I mean, I guess, in defense of Spotify and Alex A, I've got Spotify coming in through the Woman in a Can, and I've got Pretzel, and I'm streaming, and my wife is probably watching a YouTube or Netflix or something. So, there is that. So, love it. You know what? I'm gonna go like this. Green to blue. We're gonna make that a bit bigger. Make it about that big. Demo that PS. Start recording of first one. Okay, pause. Oh, oh, come on. Insert. Get. So, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a short-ish gap. Did Pretzel just restart? Feels like Pretzel restarted. Yeah. Take a quick out. Is that an issue that we saw when we got to 040, like 040? The where the IntelliSense after doesn't. Sure you want to exit? Yes, I do. Okay. So what we're gonna do is that is amazing. I love that. Oh, it's Wednesday tonight, isn't it? I was just thinking, oh, why isn't someone not or streaming? And yeah, it doesn't stream tonight. Sudo apt install Neo. Does apt allow for versions? Like, can I specify that I want only upgrades, print URIs, purge, reinstall? Like, so do I need to do a sudo apt uninstall NeoVim? Add repository. Okay, so if we try that equals 0.3.2. So I have two PPAs. Apt. There we go. So if I go RM NeoVim unstable star sudo apt update sudo apt install NeoVim sudo apt uninstall NeoVim. Oh, maybe it's deinstall like Oracle uses, which actually makes more sense than uninstall. But it's probably not that. It's just remove. I probably could have done install and then force, but whatever. So nvim demo. No, so it does that too. So this is an issue with using the buffer as opposed to the floating window. I think that needs to be a bug report. I just don't know where. So if we said E21 means nothing. Okay. Modifiable is off. Is it possible to quickly close the preview window that is opened by call hover? It's been annoying having to switch to that window and type. Key close. So there's a commit that references it. So the question is, do we handle it ourselves? Do we handle it ourselves, or do we call it a upstream issue? I'm partial to the we fix it ourselves. Given that, I don't know. Copy, does that copy across? So if we call P close, okay. Well, that's an easy fix. QA. So the easy way to do it, I think, so let's try function PS hover. I don't know what this abort means, but that one has abort, so we'll say it. And I even have a language service here. Oh my goodness. So what we're gonna do is is it just P close? Or do I have to do a call? Or do I have to do a colon? I don't think I have to do a colon, but I think I have to. So call language text document hover and function. Whoa. No. Oh no. No. Insert and then I do a visual yank that, and then critical visual, and then I do a paste. Right? Right? Let's hope that's what we do. So, okay, so I do need colon call. But do I need the colon for the p-close? I think I do. Let's pretend we do. Oh! You did it.com. Is that a real thing? And you spelled you wrong, so. Oh my goodness. So I kind of leaning towards what Tyler was talking about on Twitter about actually doing it as a Vim plugin. I don't know how to get PowerShell editor services though, except that there's install.sh, so maybe. Okay, so let's look at what their install.sh does. Try install by downloading the binary and build with cargo. Go here. No. Better unmute the mic before I forget. Although, actually, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to first hit this one. And then I'm going to mute the mic. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm probably only going to go till about 10:15. So it'll be about half an hour after I get back. Roughly, give or take. Okay. We're back. Let's get some more. You know, I feel like actually go like this. So I should have music paused. I kind of feel like it's the moment for this. I feel like getting PowerShell running in Vim is a little bit akin to that. Oh, it went to sleep. Well, that's handy. Okay, so we hit play on that. I mute that. Oh, the volume's a bit loud on the music. Didn't touch the... Is that better? I literally paused it to play Ian? Is that what his name was? Ian Malcolm? Oh, well. Okay, I'm going to go to Core Bob. I am going to click plus, new repository. And what do we call this? Vim PowerShell? Do we have a git ignore? Is there a git ignore for Vim? No. License with default MIT.
Nobody's ever gonna hold me down. The night is young and we're free. Nobody's ever gonna throw me down. There's nothing left you can say. Nobody's ever gonna hold me down. The night is young and we're free. Nobody's ever gonna throw me down. There's nothing left you can say.
Okay, so we're just gonna make your git clone github.com/corebub/vim PowerShell. Okay. So, the main thing actually, I think, the thing is, I don't know how to call other like, yeah. Okay, so where does it put it? I guess is my question. Puts it in bend new, whatever that is. Right, so is the MRC. There's a bunch of rust crap. Oh, do I have to put it in auto load maybe? Get promoted. I don't know. That might be a bunch of investigation. I think what I want to do to start with is get the stuff that's specific to PowerShell into a separate file. Let's start with that. So I can do, oh, no, not caps. Edit is how I open a new file, right? Ooh. So a couple of things. One, I'm going to call this PS1 hover. So then okay. How do I get to dot config? Can I just type it? No. Oh yeah. Here we go. nvim. So this will be something to do with vim plug. Vim plug. No, that wasn't it. I'll go back here. install. Actually, no, it's using Vim plug. So, how do we do plug install? Easier to set up, single file, no boilerplate code required, easier to use, concise, intuitive syntax, super fast parallel, create shallow clones to minimize disk space and download time, on-demand loading for faster startup time. Can review and roll back, branch tag commit support, post update hooks, support for externally managed plugins. Where did it install it to then? Oh. There's no dot. Oh, it put it in local. Share. And Vim. No, that's where plugged is. Where did it install autoload to? NeoVim. Local share a site autoload? What the? Okay. cd.local share and site autoload by cd I mean ls. Okay, so we just put, that's the only one we put there. Because that's the only one that needs to go there. The rest are handled by that. So then I need to be able to hit escape and have it work like it does in why. Well, that's okay. So if we go cd into .local share and Vim and then into Vim dash color schemes. Change color scheme, add this to your framework. Okay. So okay. So there's the usage, that's an example. There's some random commands. Plug options, global options, key bindings. A small sensible Vim.
And a bleeding and a drooling scum. They stalk through the corridors, grabbing and a stabbing and a screaming death.
Writing my go.
Better grab your plasma cutter. Gonna slice two limbs like a blade through butter. Better grab your plasma cutter. You know why? We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph
So then
It's a very simple recipe. Just giblets, guts, and goop. We're making necromorph soup.
what if I want to create my own plugin?
Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop. Yeah.
What if I want to make my own plugin?
And it's all over the floor. Your appetite's kind of fading away.
Yeah, we've been over all this stuff. Installation.
Anymore. We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. It's a very simple recipe. Just giblets, guts, and goop. We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup.
Create Vim plugin. Writing Vim plugins. From 2011. It must be accurate. And modern. Learn VimScript the hard way. Wonder how long it'll take Adilio to notice the song that's playing. It may or may not be on repeat. Just saying.
Come and take a trip with Isaac Clarke through crazy south by hell. The daughter of death deserve it tonight, so beware of the clientele. Better grab your
Since then, I've written 2 plugins for Vim, one for which has been officially released. Other people have asked me if I'd write a guide to creating Vim plugins. Confident to write an official guide.
We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop. Yeah.
Oh. So are you telling me earlier when I muted, and I think I'm seeing this here, if I understand what I looking at on my configuration, when I played this, you couldn't hear that. And you didn't say anything. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that button. And then I'm going to refresh this page. So this is what it kind of feels like we're doing right now. like the putting PowerShell into Vim is a scenario much like this.
But your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. But your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Did that work that time? Good, good. Okay. So now, if I go, like that, yeah, no, I'm gonna leave that there, and then go like that. I need to turn that up a bit so I can hear it. So, so getting back to writing a Vim plugin, but I do have some advice for Vim plugin authors that might be useful. Other people know more? Yeah, okay. So what? People always know more than you. You're not the smartest person in the room. People that know far more than I do.
Your appetite's kind of fading away. I'm not so hungry.
Oh. Speed dating. That sounds like a good extension. Screw this. It's 2011. When you're writing your plugin, please make it source compatible with Pathogen. Okay. So let's start with that. Which one is it? That one? Not that one. Yes, it is that one. Oh, it's Makedir. MD is Windows. Makedir, because that's the one command that has to be shorter on Windows than on Linux. Makedir plugin.
It's a very simple recipe. Just keep it guts and goop and making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop. Yeah. Feeding and a bleeding and a drooling scum.
Move, yes, no.
Grabbing and a stabbing and a screaming death. They paint the walls with gore. Better grab your
Touch dot slash Vim PowerShell dot. This will let users use Pathogen or Bundle to install and use your plugin. The days of unzip and drag the files into the right directories and the horror of Vim balls are over. I don't know. Everyone's telling me to use Vimblog. However,
And it's all over the floor. Your appetite's kind of fading away. I'm not so hungry anymore.
hello there, PowerShell Michael. How are you this evening?
It's a very simple recipe. Just keep it guts and goop for making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop. We making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. It's a very simple recipe. Just keep it guts and goop for making necromorph
Okay, so that has a dock and a plugin.
soup. Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop.
researching DSC. See, DSC strikes me as one of those things that I see the benefit of learning it, but also I'm not sure where I would use it. Because the stuff that I do at work is, it's a time sink. Stuff that I do at work is mostly SCCM related, if it comes down to any type of configuration. So I don't really configure servers, which I think is where DSC is more focused. Mine's mostly on like mostly the desktop. So yeah, and that's actually where we're headed at work too, is Ansible for a lot of things. Is AWX. Yeah, so we're using, or looking at using AWX as well. So, which I think that's like a web front end Ansible, if I understand. I'm not involved in any of that. I just know that Ansible looks like it would do, or what I was shown of Ansible / AWX / whatever, looks like it would do a lot more better than what we currently have, where we have like a hodgepodge of scripts, and I've gotten it to where we have a DFS share, or a folder in a DFS share that we use as a repository with so we can install module from it. Nice. I've looked at WordPress in the past, and then I think I ended up just with GitHub pages for mine. There is I'm gonna take this song off of repeat at least. There was, so we had a WordPress meetup group in town here, and we had gone, or I'd gone to one of them, and they had a presentation. The guy was showing, I want to say it was basically a WordPress CLI. Yeah, it was WP CLI, and so it's command line for WordPress. Thank you for the follow, PowerShell Michael. Part of me feels like I should change those to the animations, but it's just that's what Left Shark, I think, what that dance is. It's something simple but important. If you're writing a Vim plugin and need to perform some actions, yeah, they were. He was talking about using. I think the main thing I recall from it was it wasn't, at the time, it wasn't really Windows friendly. Yeah, and it looks like it still isn't exactly Windows friendly, but at the same time, with Windows subsystem for Linux and whatnot. It also appears that it's like PHP, so yeah, he was showing it and how he used it to keep stuff up to date. Like, I feel like there was some update stuff in it. Oh. WP-CLI. And yet commands takes me to WordPress. The actual WordPress site. Does that make this a actual WordPress thing? Project maintained by those people. Yeah. Apparently it is. Apparently it is a WordPress.org thing. But anyways, it is 10:15, which is kind of where I said I was going to end it. End the stream. We did, although Arshel Michael, you weren't here earlier when I'll show you what I got working. Yeah. Let's see. How do I do this? So if I go nvim demo, can I load? Oh, what failed? Control C, Control R, config. Repos, vim. Okay, yeah. Visual, yank that. Tilde slash E space tilde slash dot config. Tilde slash dot config. And vim. And then undo. Really? Oh, escape, paste, WQ. So now if I go into here, so this is what I was working on getting working. So this is a PowerShell file, and we have a language client running, which is using the language server pro. I missed one. So language server protocol. and with PowerShell file, it's running the PowerShell editor services in the background. I swear it worked early. Well, the error told me that it couldn't find PS Hover because I renamed it to PS1 Hover. Just didn't rename all occurrences of it. So this is Vim and PowerShell editor services. So like this is like hover in VS Code when you hover over in PowerShell and it tells you, like gives you the details of it. Yeah, exactly. And then I discovered this while working on it earlier. If we do get, it gives us it's IntelliSense in Vim. The only thing is, as soon as I start typing, it goes away, and I don't know why that is, but yeah. And it also doubles up, so that's a fun part, but it's PowerShell in Vim, which is, and I don't know if you were here for the Dr. Ian Malcolm part. Because it very much feels like Ian Malcolm. I'm going to turn the music off because we are. I'm going to go here, but it does very much feel like Ian Malcolm, also known as Jeff Goldblum, would be telling us this.
But your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
That we're so preoccupied with whether or not we can get PowerShell into VS Code into Vim that we haven't stopped to think about whether we should. However, I'm not the first person to get it into Vim. The Azure guys did with their Cloud Shell, so take that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at my following tab, see who is streaming. More importantly, if there is anyone I'm following that is streaming science and technology. Apparently, Ekmet was streaming an hour ago. That would have been nice to know. Science and technology. Learning more assembler. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any. So anyways, have a good night. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for the follow again, PowerShell Michael. And we will see everyone or whoever next time. It might be Friday. If not Friday, it'll be Monday. And yeah, have yourselves a wonderful evening.